everybody? Good to be back here after a couple days off. Unexpected emergency kept me from streaming Sunday and Monday, so we're gonna be back and trying to get back into a regular schedule if we can. So resuming the regular schedule, we're doing our Tuesday arena tournament. It's a rapid event tonight. It's gonna be starting in like 15 minutes. We have alternated streams week to week, either blitz or rapid casual, and this week it's going to be a rapid, so it's 7+3. This is the time control that I actually frequently use, kind of an arbitrary time control that I frequently use for my streams for commentating when I'm doing blitz and rapid streams. So this is my pleasure to be back here with the Pandas. Hello. And luckily our family is still in one piece. Hello. So, good to have JCS, Astrobate, some of our regulars and most devoted moderators and followers here joining us. Astrobate already donated to support the stream, man. Thank you so much. Don't forget me, guys. When emergencies come up like this, I will get back to the stream as soon as possible. So, we don't know what the future holds, but we just have to be glad that we can be here to do this. So, tournament starting in 15 minutes. You guys can see here, Sparkle Horse Arena. It's 2 hours casual. We've got myself, Andrea, and Astro so far. Let's get some entries in there. Don't hold back. Luckily with the simul stream on Sunday, it's kind of fortunate that I didn't actually start the stream before I had to cancel it. Start the simul before I had to cancel it. I mean, it's really not important in the grand scheme of things. I thought it was kind of ironic. It would be awkward to resign all my games. That's like in 1994 when my dad died. He died kind of suddenly, and I was actually playing in a tournament when a friend of mine came to to give me the news that my dad had passed away, and I was in a state of shock. I'm like in the middle of a tournament game when my dad passed away back in 1994 at the chess club, and it's like, what do you do in that situation? So I was playing a kid who I was much higher rated than, who I would never have offered a draw in my life, and he didn't know what was going on. I left the room to talk to someone, came back to the board, and I was like, all right, I can't play. I'm gonna offer a draw, and if the guy declines, I'll just resign. And so I offered a draw, and he thought about it for 2 minutes because he really didn't know what was going on. Why would a stronger player offer you a draw in the early part of the game if he never ever would offer you a draw normally? But he did accept the draw. Awkward situation. Personal moment there. Best Annie EUW. Yeah, hopefully things will get better, but you never know. So I'm just here, and I'm glad that I can get back to streaming. Hopefully maintain a regular schedule. Best Annie, thank you so much. And again, Astrobate and Ludwig AC. I had a brief message from him a little bit earlier, but JCS, Astrobate. I think without doing the stream for a couple days, people might have kind of forgotten me, but we're going to be here. It's a 2-hour stream. We're going to be back tomorrow, too. And I just want to, I'm kind of feeling like I missed the simul on Sunday, so I had done this a couple weeks ago. I'm actually going to do a simul for my Wednesday stream tomorrow. So let's do it. Why not? JCS, thank you for subscribing again. 10 months in a row. Seems like you subscribed longer than that, JCS. Wow. Where can we find the arena? Yeah, thank you for posting it there again, JCS. It's right here. So we're just getting the stream started. I missed a couple streams. Family emergency. Do I have lichess in the title? I do. All right. I noticed there's a few streamers tonight, so we might have kind of a light crowd. But I'm the best, so, the people will find their way here. What's up, guys? I'm trying to beat the guy sitting across from me and trying to choose the moves that are not most unpleasant for him and his style. The Magnus. Kind of one of those general quotes that doesn't have any real particular deep meaning. But, alright, we'll take it. At least it's Magnus. Not like, Susan Polgar or something insipid. I guess we'll have to take it because it's Magnus. Magnus is pretty good. We'll accept that. Padre, so I hope you can find the arena, guys. We've got 8 players. Everyone's welcome to play. I made it really easy to get in. You just need 10 rapid rated games. you know, 10 rapid rated games isn't too difficult here to achieve. So I usually keep it at 20, but I thought, well, just in case, you know, maybe a couple people who are new to the stream don't have 20 rapid games, let's make it just 10 to play. Asterbate, thank you again. Asterbate taking the early lead in bits donations for the week. So again, guys, we're going to be 12 noon tomorrow. Cross your fingers, but I don't see anything happening between now and then. My mom's in the hospital. She had injured herself in an accidental fall on Sunday right before my stream, so that's why I haven't been here for 2 days. But it's not like there's a critical danger or anything like that, so I can go back to working, and we'll try to keep the schedule as far as the streams. Yeah, well, she kind of broke her neck, but it's one of those like minor neck breaking things where she's got like a broken vertebra in her neck, and you just have to wear this like brace around your neck for you know, possibly weeks or even a month till the neck can start to kind of heal. So it's crazy and you know, unfortunate, but it's not life-threatening. So that's what happened there. Yep, but they were kind enough to call me before I started the simul on Sunday. Anyways, but back to where we are today. We're starting this arena in 9 minutes. Yeah, yeah, all right, Turkey Farm, good to see you. My mom is, it's really hard because she has dementia, and when you don't remember, like you've got long-term memory but no short-term memory, you don't remember why, like, you're in bed and you forgot that you have trouble walking, and when you try to walk, you, like, fall down. So it's very bad. That's why we need short-term memory, to tell us things like, oh, you know, I'm having trouble walking, you know, I need to be careful. Dangerous. Yeah. Bob, what's up, Mr. Coffee? Yeah, I'm explaining my absence. I'll send a note to the teacher, Bob. I know you were good with that. The teachers loved Bob. What's up, Mr. Coffee? No, I mean, it's all good. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can hurt yourself. And, you know, a minor neck break is not as bad as a major one. So, yeah, no, in actuality, like, she's kind of lucky that she didn't hurt herself worse. So I'm happy for the positive things. There was a story in the news today about a woman who was in the Boston Marathon bombing, and she survived and was like, she's like a partial amputee. She was hit by a car today or yesterday on Commonwealth Avenue, which is, well, where I went to college for 6 years. We used to jaywalk across the street in Commonwealth Avenue in Boston, and I mean, how many times I did that, you know, almost getting hit by cars. But it's like you got to be thankful for the things that you know, to be as lucky as we are to even be here, not have bigger problems, that we can just concentrate and play chess, and it's crazy. So we've just got to be thankful. And you know, just playing chess is a luxury. So I feel like we're all lucky to be here. All right, Sparkle Horse, Padje, Big Money, AP87, Asterbait, Ludwig AC, Rambo, Stuk, and Oreste Campestre. Wonder what kind of name that is. There was a guy, Orest Popovich, who was an old master. He was like a old school American master when I was coming up. A stream? Say what? Nils. What about Nils streaming? I'm having deep thoughts today. Yeah, so anyway, I was about to cancel the sub because no streams. Oh man, that's just wrong. I think Nils is being he's being a troll again. He's a good troll though. We have some good trolls in the stream. Good trolls, not too many bad trolls, mostly good trolls. Bob and Nils are basically relatively good trolls. Some more than others. But it's good to see you guys. We're starting in 6 minutes. Negro Modelo just showed up. Now he will typically play in like my, I think he's a he. He will typically play in my simul quite a bit. So, yep. That's about it, guys. We're going to get started. Asterbate donated 102 bits. Thank you so much, sir. I'm just trying to chill out, kind of relax. I mean, it's good to be back to normal, so to speak. So we're gonna start playing some 7+3. I know Nils doesn't like the casual arena. All right, just 10 players. We usually have like 40. So we'll see what's happening here. Orest Popovich, that was his name. I see Oreste. Oreste left. No, he's been pushed down to the second page. Oreste and Pifolo Puff. That's a cool name. Well, my mom is in pretty bad shape overall. She's got a lot of health issues, but luckily it's nothing, you know, critical. So more semi-serious. What's up, Percy Hepworth? Yeah, it's tough when you get older and you start piling up the health issues. They sort of add on to each other. It's like a domino effect. We've got 5 minutes. I'm not that old yet, though. I know you guys think I'm in my 50s, but I'm still 39. Not according to JCS has done his research. There's a story in the news about some sort of woman, I guess in France, who claimed she was 122, and now a Russian researcher was claiming that she lied and it was really her daughter, lying about her age and assuming the identity of her 122-year-old mother. This is like, I guess, a story that's been over for a while, but coming back now. So I'm 39, but you know, some of the researchers here tend to like try to claim that they try to claim I'm pushing 50. My mom is over 80, Nils, and I was born when she was really old for that generation, and so, you know, it's really not easy. I mean, you see people who live to like 100, but that's rare. How's the weather there? In Central Europe, it's freezing. Oh, here it's pretty mild. We haven't had any snow. Up here, it's like raining all day, but yeah. No, it's been pretty mild. A little bit of rain. Luckily, no snow. Snow can be pretty brutal where I'm at. If it does happen, it's very inconvenient. But so far, so good. Anonymous, I did some online chess test on ELO meter. It says my ELO would be around ARPAD 2100. Sorry, 69 degrees in hell or something. Here it's maybe he's. What are we talking about? Fahrenheit or what? Yeah, it's Fahrenheit, Nils. You'll be all right, man. You're a scientist, future scientist, engineer. All right, we're gonna get started. Absolutely. So, I need to drink my beer, man. Just relaxing. Percy Epic dreading snow. I'm dreading snow too. I don't like driving in the snow. Exactly. Ice. Ice is good. I live in a kind of isolated area. If there's like a big snowstorm, typically a lot of like power lines will go down, and one power line going down can mean like, you know, a few days without power. So I'm hoping nothing like that happens. Nils says, I think I'll be a pro chess streamer with my 3 viewers. Just keep working on it, man. It's step by step. Step by step, man. You know, if you were good looking, imagine like how many viewers you might get. I mean, it's not bad that you have 3. Alright, so Anonymous. 2100 is NM strength-ish. I'm not like Bob, though. I don't really like to judge the way guys look, you know. That's Bob's thing. He's an expert on that. You see, I knew he chimed right in, dude. He chimed right in. How does he compare to John Bartholomew? How would you rank him? 2200 is NM in the U.S. Yeah. Now, contrary to belief, you know, to what you believe, I'm actually straight. So I'm not into judging the way other guys look, really. All right, more charisma. That's possible. All right, we're ready to start. Let's go. Now Bob's starting to scare me with the specifics there. I think Magnus Carlsen looks kind of Neanderthal, you know, personally. But that's just my opinion. Let's go. Alright, I hope Magnus didn't hear me. I don't think he's watching. Superpower. I'm jealous. Well, I guess, you know, we need a few more women in the stream. Change the subject. Talking about guys here. Shurov. It's like Shirov, but it's Shurov. Shurov from Russia. Uh-oh. This is a new opponent. What do we do when we get a new opponent? We have to be careful. I don't know what to... You know, Magnus is like, choose the moves that are most unpleasant for him and his style. Well, I don't know anything about Shurov's style, so that's kind of a problem. I'm really good at adapting to my opponents. If I play like long blitz matches with the same player, generally my results get better. But when I'm playing a new person, it's really often very difficult. Yeah, Bob, well, you guys know I'm a brony, you know, so that's my thing. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so, what am I doing here? On the wrong page. Okay, so Shurov plays the English. We don't have much in the way of tells. Shurov is Russian. He's got a pretty good bullet rating. You know, difficult to say what to expect here from this guy. I'm going to play solid. There's a little echo going on. I don't know why I'm getting this echo lately. Echocardiogram. There's no like sharp walls that I should get an echo in my office space here. But I have noticed it a little bit more lately. Alright, so c4, c5, g6. That is g3, g6, knight c3. So he plays knight c3. I was talking about this move order with omitting or delaying the knight c3 in certain situations. Situation. There was this Russian coffee house player who used to say that all the time in the chess cafe. Situation. Just for fun, you know those words you just say. So we're doing this Kim Commons Larson technique here. I guess I played f5 the last time I played this, if I remember correctly. But b6 is kind of cool too. If you can't prevent it, why play it at all? This is a risky line. Really, like giving up my bishop and creating imbalance in the structure. He plays d4. This is actually very close to Percy Hepworth game against me. I also lost the bad game, though, in a rapid against Balint Vilmos, who's a Hungarian 2300 guy. Shurov is not one to think too long in his moves, apparently. So if he takes on c5, is that something that I should really like concern myself about, or is knight e5 a threat? Makes you wonder. Knight a5, pawn takes pawn. It's like I'm not developing any pieces. Let's go with something developmental. Percy says, I killed you in this line. Well, the d4 move is interesting because that's International Master Richard Palliser, who recommended this line for black in a book. He kind of glossed over d4 and dissed it, like in his annotations or to the notes, you know, on the line when he recommended it in this book, Beating the Flank Openings. But I think that Palliser was wrong about it. Like, d4 is really not such a stupid idea. I mean, structurally, maybe it's bad, but in practice, it's not that easy for black to, you know, decide what to do. I guess there's another way I could have played this. Not playing f5. Here we are, though. Am I lagging? The Gladys Troll is here. I'm always lagging. I'm just slow, man. I'm not really lagging, I think. But I could be wrong. We got 148 ping, so I'm not lagging on lichess so much. I'm just slow. He played a4. That seems kind of like a weird move. Hopefully we've got him in the right type of position where he's not comfortable. But again, I'm playing this opponent that I know nothing about. The cam is lagging. Yeah, he's playing too fast. This looks like a pretty good Nimzo now. Obviously, Shirov is going to play for time. You know, time pressure. But seriously thinking about bishop e4 now. Speaking of time, though, I mean, it's kind of a weird move because it takes time. But the structure's fairly closed. I was a little bit concerned about d5. This looks like some sort of cheapo, like trying to win the exchange with knight b3, but that's not a thing. I just don't want my bishop to get stuffed out. This is really probably not necessary. You could actually play knight d2 and it's not so bad. It does not do that though. Yeah, I just realized what's going on now if I'm not careful. Knights versus bishops. That bishop is awful. Bishop on c1. Guys, I'm gonna be doing a simul tomorrow. Wednesday simul. Wednesday, 12 noon. 30, kind of a quicker simul that I don't want to go more than maybe 2.5 hours. Probably maximum 21, 22 players. I'm feeling simul withdrawal syndrome because we missed our simul on Sunday. I'm going to remember to ask John Bartholomew, you know, what kind of styling cream he uses for his hair, Bob. Alright, now king takes g2. I know that went over most people's heads. It doesn't matter. It's all cool. I love you guys. Even the trolls. So, alright, king takes g2. Knights versus bishops. What are we trying to accomplish here? I think I like e5, locking the structure. Locking the structure for the knights against bishops. Man, I couldn't get there fast enough, JCS. Well, if you can get me their phone number, Bob, I mean, that would be, you know, probably even better than resubbing. Just kidding. All right. King takes g2. Let's go. All right, Shirov is really taking his time, man. He's like in a different place now. He was just blitzing the moves before. Now he's just gone to a complete crawl. Rook b1. I could play e4. That's something to seriously consider here. If I play e4, let's say he breaks it with f3. I capture on f3. I think I like it. We're trying to do this. Before he has the chance to play e4 himself, he could have played e4 himself, which was the move that concerned me the most. Wow. Knight b3. So he's kind of guaranteed himself some sort of counterplay, I guess, with the a5. How much pressure can he put on a5? I'm like trying to move my rook up there. Doesn't make much sense. Let's lock the position. It also weakens his pawn on a4, but I'm going to be tied down to b6 here, so it's not going to be that easy. Dude, never tell the girl that you play chess. Like, that's the first mistake. Alright, bishop a3. That looks like a really kind of crappy square for that bishop. He can triple on the pawn. Now rook b8. Just holding on. I think this is probably best. Yeah, I know about that, but we're going to defend that again. This is just temporary. It's like a Tivyakov playing the Nimzo or something. Got to be really pro. At these closed structures. I don't know what my plan was, though. Oh. Yeah, okay, there. Was that my plan? Only black can make progress. Really. Alright, man. I don't know how hot my position is. It's not bad. He's got the extra pawn on a3. Only black can make progress right now. I mean, unless he wants to do f3, but this is very anti-position and risky. The defensive pawn, though, well, it's the ultimate Leningrad Nimzo here. We should actually do, you know, try to do a Tivyakov maneuver, but it's hard, man. How do I... Okay, I have to detach my rook from the pin, probably, with this. Tivyakov. And play rook a6 to defend it a different way? Does this seem normal? Just so I can free my knight up? I don't know if this is going to work, man. This is very awkward. What I really need to do is have time to think. If I can defend my b-pawn manually with rook a6, I could transfer my king. I mean, that would actually be the classic to king to c7 would be the way to do this. And really make it a Leningrad Nimzo. Karpov, forget about Tivyakov. We're just going to transfer the king to c7 now. Anatolia style. A solid 6. We will station our rook on e8 just in case somebody tries anything. We're going to do the king walk over there to c7 where it takes part. You see, look, he's eyeing that like e-pawn break or something. Alarm. The 5 o'clock alarm clock. It's not nap time anymore. Alright. Nap time for white. Can never get mated with a rook. But this is stupid, man. Why are we doing this? This is an arena tournament. Sure, I'll just resign and go on to the next game. I just realized, oh my god, we're playing like a 30-minute rapid game here, you know, and just ruining our tournament. If he would just resign and cooperate, it would be much easier. Please resign. Oh no. Oh no, I can't believe it. This is totally ridiculous. I mean, I just don't believe this can possibly work with that bishop on a3. There's just no way. There's just no way this is happening. There's got to be a way for me to win this. I mean, if he didn't have that sick bishop on a3, I mean, yeah, maybe. All right, he resigned. Yeah, it's enough. All right. Yeah, that was a long game that really hurt us both. In terms of yeah, tournament standing and basically playing one game in the whole tournament. He found a sane plan. He found an insane plan. No, I think the sanest plan was resigning. There was this time, I always tell the story about how I offered to draw to Nick DeFermian in a queen endgame where he had like queen and knight pawn and I had queen. It was on an analog clock and he was about to flag. He had like 45 seconds left. And I said, draw. I had like 3 minutes. He had 45 seconds on an analog clock. I was like, draw. He said, shut up. I was like, all right. So he lost on time, you know. And later, International Master Danny Kopech was like, you know, he defended my decision to offer a draw to DeFermian, you know, with the queen against queen and pawn. He was like, you offered him like a sensible way out of the situation. And I mean, of course, this would be different nowadays with a digital clock with increment or whatever. But at that time, you know, it was. I didn't respond with all right. I just, yeah, I really I was just quiet. I was shocked, you know, but whatever. I don't think I said anything. I think I just, I was a little bit surprised, but whatever. An insane in the membrane. Okay, so we're playing our default King's Indian attack. It's much more dynamic to play c4, but my problem with the c4 d4 reti is that you have to play b4, and that line I'm not sure, you know, if it's in the repair shop or how it stands. But I might have to go back to playing that because all the other defenses here are actually very, very solid. Move 11, what's up? Good to see you. Move 11 is in the house. We've got a lot of old friends here back. Let's see the standing. All right, so somewhat unsound. I'm facing the leader. He's not that unsound. I think he's not really unsound. He's actually sound. This is all just a deceptive name thing, you know. Online poker players would like purposely choose names that made them sound the opposite of whatever, you know, style they played oftentimes. I think someone on sound, this is just a you know, sort of a bluff to get you to think that he plays wild and crazy, but he's really very solid. The London system has been played. We love the London system here on my stream. Manchi 0607 was just like, how long will the stream last? I'm streaming, you know, this whole tournament, which takes 2 hours, and a little bit, you know, usually the stream lasts about 2 hours 15 minutes. And the time zone is Eastern time. We're here in USA Eastern time. Although I oftentimes live in Hungary, in Budapest, I actually am in the United States at the moment. So, you know, I had a joke for Bob. Bob, did you want to hear my Kevin Spacey chess joke? So I know Bob likes anything connected to anything sexual. So I came up with a Kevin Spacey chess joke, and I was like thinking about it. So basically, I had a friend who's a really really strong blitz player, and he used to say, he would all the time he would say, "You touch your movie, you break, you pay. You touch your movie, you break, you buy." But with Kevin Spacey, it'd be like, "You touchy no movie." Get it? You touchy no movie? No. Alright, it's pretty stupid, but I just thought it was like, you know, kind of funny. Kind of funny. Yeah, I have that. Ta-da! Alright. Bad even for Gladys troll standards. Alright, what has been played? Queen c7. Queen c7. Yeah, I'm not going to quit my day job to become a stand-up comedian. So, Queen c7. Actually, yeah, Kevin Spacey was really close to where I'm at. You know, in Nantucket I could like swim there for his trial, but I decided not to attend. Queen c7 here, d3. This looks like the solidest way to kind of just maintain the tension. Yeah, I'm not going to quit my day job for comedy. Alright, knight on bd7. Yutachi no movie. Knight bd7. Alright, yeah, what are we gonna do? Kind of want to play CD at some point. Maybe we should just do it. Just do it. Just don't. That's another story. I always tell the same stories over and over. It gets boring. Nantucket. Well, I don't live in Nantucket, but I could swim there. If I do my like English channel like training or something. It's not that far, you know, close enough. It's a limerick. You're from the land that launched 1,000 limericks. Right. Right. I don't know the Nantucket limericks, yeah. Alright. C, D, E, D. And now knight to C3. Good fishing out there. C, D, E, D. Knight C3. Giving away my location. Not really. I mean, you can... I didn't say how close I am. I just said, you know, you could swim there. If you were like a really, really powerful English Channel swimmer. Knight c3, bishop d6. Knight c3. I live on the Kennedy compound, Bob. Alright, knight c3, bishop d6, bishop g5. No, that's not a good move. Queen c2. The Bay of Biscay. Ice swimming. This is the plan to play for e4. No, actually, I'm in Provincetown, Bob. It's a long swim. We gotta give Bob some fuel for his fantasies, and also basically some false positives. No, I'm not in Provincetown. All right, e4. Boston Harbor. I'm in the middle of Boston Harbor, Bob. You could swim to Nantucket from there. Just takes a while. E4, D takes E4. So we have the strong pawn here. I want to probably try to eliminate that bishop on G6, which is a real troublemaker. The attempt at misinformation. Bob, concentrate on the tournament, man. Where is everybody? His Nunes is here. Uh-oh, he's going to make a run for the tournament. Andrea is in first place. Despite the kind of lower rating, he's 15, 16, 17, 22, 23, 24. It starts to sound like... It starts to sound like Johnny Depp. Alright, knight takes bishop. Goodbye. Goodbye. Did someone on sound just try to set me up for some kind of cheapo tactic, like play f4 and e5, and he's gonna... That's not gonna work, sir. Did I just blunder? Well, no. I mean, I have to take the bishop on g6 in order to execute tactic. Yeah, see, so he's got this. He's got this. Someone's calling the regular phone. I can handle that. I can get that. It's not an emergency. Don't worry. Meaning to have that phone disconnected. Alright, it's like 3:02 now. Alright. Now he takes g6, f4. There's no way I can give him more income. There's no way. You don't want to give me time. I don't need time. No, I knew I was just leaving for 30 seconds. I just had to answer Bob's call. And, Bob, you even have, like, a fake ID, caller ID thing? That's kind of scary, man. I'm meaning to get that number disconnected anyway. It's no problem. I'll just have it disconnected. Alright, f4. I can't believe someone on sound just did this. Well, you have bishop check. Yeah, seriously, Bob, stop calling. Alright. Thank God Bob's not a troll. Luckily, I don't use that phone for anything. E5. Alright. I was meaning to get it disconnected anyway. That's no problem. I could just unplug it. Alright. Let's see. E5. You'll never find out my mobile number, Bob. Uh-oh, okay. Well, what is this? We're just taking this? I'll have to get a restraining order against Bob. This is worse than Kevin Spacey. Alright, bishop takes d5. So what are we going to do with our queen now? Please don't let anything bad happen here. Pawn grabber. That's a bad name. In light of recent political developments. Pawn grubber is much more PC. Bishop g2. Donald Trump. What would Donald Trump's chess handle be? Alright, rook d1. He just keeps kind of creating hazy threats, staying active. He's only down a pawn here. Grab him by the pawn, Bob. Bishop takes b4, rook takes c2, rook takes. Doesn't this just work? How does one subscribe? I'm new to Twitch. There should be a big button at the top, isn't there? Like subscribe. Why am I not up a piece here? I had some sort of bizarre hallucination that I was winning a piece. That's very, very strange. Wow, okay. Miscalculation, misjudgment. We're gonna get Astrobate started again. He likes playing word games. There's no way here that someone on sound should even be alive at this point, but now I might have really screwed it up. I might have really screwed it up. This is ridiculous. Alright. I mean, I should still be better. The knight is kind of confined. You're watching on lichess, so maybe I should go to the Twitch site itself. It's easier if you go to the Twitch site itself. Yeah, I think you need to go to the Twitch site itself. Can somebody else confirm that? I rarely log in or watch people's streams from the lichess site, although I have before. I have a bad feeling about this. Someone on sound is going to start being good at endgames. That might be a serious blunder, the last move, though. If you played knight b8, knight b8 is great. But I think king e7 might just lose. I think knight b8 held. Bob gifted a tier 1. Wow, Bob gifted a tier 1 to stop clock. And Bob's given 10 gift subs on the channel. Bob, I didn't realize you had given that many. I thought Merle was the... I don't know why I thought Merle had given more than you. Merle's given close to that, too. Stopped clock is continuing the gift sub they got from Bob. So I'm up 2 pawns now, but it's still not trivial. Okay, someone on sound resigned here. I mean, I think technically because my king is cut off on the 8th, you shouldn't resign there. But it looks like knight b8. What streams are you likely to watch? Well, I mean, people who have hung out on my stream, absolutely. I mean, that would be Soltigo, and who else has visited my stream? Joanna tries Orlova Chess, Pepe was here. So, I mean, it's not for me, it's not a question of, oh, I only watch, strong players. I like the human element of chess streaming, so it's not obligatory that the player that I watch be a master or a really strong player. I'd rather just, hang out with real people. Tricks Only is cool. Yeah, I haven't seen him around though. I mean, he hasn't been on my stream in a long time. I used to watch Tricks Only sometimes. So, I mean, people that are involved with me. Yeah, I don't tune into King Crusher too much. Yeah, but I don't want to diss anybody. Just other friends and streamers here who maybe join my stream. Tricks Only came around pretty early. Remember when I first met Tricks Only here on Twitch, and I was pretty salty. Like, I think he was nice though. He's a nice guy. Tricks Only's great. Androsh, I haven't watched lately. I am Androsh, but he actually was on my stream, like, playing a couple times. I don't know if anybody else, other title players. I mean, who else? I know some other people who stream, but I don't really have time to watch other people stream. I don't have time to, like, my dad, it's another dad saying, but, you know, I don't have time to go to the bathroom, is a kind of one of those classic things. AP87 is playing this crazy gambit. So I forgot what this is called. No one's actually ever played this against me in a real game. Mihai Shuba mentions this in his great book, Dynamic Chess Strategy. He actually gives a game he played. But normally here at AP87, B5 is the move. And the Spanish Grandmaster, what is his name? Can somebody help me? JCS, you know everything about openings. What is the name of the Spanish Grandmaster who used to play this occasionally with black? Infinite Flash Chess, of course. I didn't know Rosen has been to my stream. Alright, Queen E7. I don't know Rosen. Like, he's like too young generation. He developed as a chess player like right after I left the country. Okay, Queen E7. Here we are in the real game. I'm just trying to analyze something else. But I mean, anybody who's, like, you know, involved and interested in my stream, I don't mind, you know, helping them out too. So knight to G5 here, D3. But again, I'm just interested in the human element more than chess necessarily. Just they have to be a great player, you know. I don't want to watch like Ponomarev because he's 2700 or something. All right, so D3. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. Just breaking the center. I wish I could play piano or chess like Zug can. GM Canty. Well, you know, there's some of the guys that are in my I don't know, Bob, you might not be on my Discord channel, but GM Canty's definitely been here, and so also Malamood Dude, some of these guys who are in my Discord channel frequently. I have no time to go to the Discord channel, you know. I mean, well, lately it's just been crazy. Now, AP87 here is sacrificing a pawn for absolutely nothing, it appears. I don't get this. P Ward is like, can I talk yet? Oh, okay, so you have to, like, be here for a little while before you can talk. We've actually implemented that before for new viewers. Yes, sir. Ginger64, right? Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot now. I mean, I never have any free time outside of streaming and teaching, so actually when was it, on Saturday night I was watching Pepe stream, and that was like one of the only times I've had any free time in the last couple of months to even like just sit back and enjoy someone else like just playing chess or something. So C6. Okay, this is a logical move. Actually, you guys will notice I did lose a game against AP a little while back. I think he's been improving. I gotta watch out for my F2 Ponda. No, Bob, stalking isn't offensive. References to stalking aren't offensive. So now G5. Even Mr. Coffee liked it. Yeah, I would have banned him just for the screen name as well. I mean, exactly. Yeah, just for the screen name. That's enough. Sorry. We all alluded to me stalking. Yeah, that's reassuring. So AP is in first place. I've got to take him out. Ayeste Negro Modelo. Rook B1. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, he's a creative player. I have not castled here, and black's already attacking me. You know, like I had castled kingside. But the problem with AP8-7, I think, they need to be a little more hinged stylistically. It's just since the beginning, the style is too unhinged. It's a little bit like Acerbate, but even more out of control. I like Acerbate. He's improved a lot, but he's also toned it down from the initial point. I think where he was at, where he's learning not to go crazy all the time. I mean, there's certain positions where you got to play like really crazy, psycho aggressive, but AP8-7 has a tendency, I think, to try to force that almost every single game, and it's just not realistic. Yeah, how do you refute these weird attacks from scratch? I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, generally, it's just like there are some concrete problems. You know, look at it logically. I mean, the guy's got a king in the center. He's got now a rook on g8, no ability to castle kingside. I mean, if you're doing this kind of stuff with the white pieces, you know, it's a little more realistic. But when people try to go nuts with black, I mean, that's really, really hard to go totally crazy with black. Look at him. His king is in the center. The worse his position gets, the better he plays. There was another guy who was playing like this a couple days ago against me. I felt like when he was down more material, he started playing better. Chess with Chris is rating with a party of 34. Whoa. What is up? Huge raid. It's almost the time the Hammer like raided me with like 100 people. But 34 is massive. Thank you, Chess with Chris, for joining us. The raid. Yeah, this is an interesting game. I want to play h4, but it's going to get crazy if I do that. But why not do h4? Let's just go for it. Thank you for it seems so weird to say that. Thank you for rating. Thank you for rating us. But it's cool, man. We were just talking about other chess streamers, actually, and I was saying I really, you know, I just really like everybody who, you know, is here for the human side of the game, and I don't really like other chess streamers just because they're strong, really strong players. That's not what I'm looking for in chess streamers. You got to have personality. Yeah, I like the people who are just my friends here. F6, okay, takes. What's up? H takes G, F takes G. AP8-7 is a self-taught player, I would say, and he's got a lot of holes in his game, but he seems to have a lot of talent that kind of compensates for his unorthodox style. But it's hard, you know, when you learn chess on your own, you learn a lot of bad habits. I mean, I think AP8-7 is kind of like that. He's learned some bad habits, but he has a lot of talent to kind of compensate. And, I mean, this sounds like a backhanded compliment, but it's true. You know, I mean, I'm more or less a self-taught player as well. But I have a lot more time to refine and improve my game than most people. All right, we're going to play King F1. How do you mitigate bad habits? I mean, Korchnoi, who was almost world champion, one of the greatest players in history, claims that he, like, relearned chess at one point. Which, you know, it sounds like it's kind of like an exaggeration, but maybe, you know, that sort of thing is actually possible. He's always close to my king. You know, I mean, the way that black has played this game, it's really dangerous. It reminds me, again, a lot of our friend Acerbate. Getting close to my king. I mean, rook g8 is scary. You know, he's got that line down there. He's kind of lurking with the tactics that could fall into place if things went right for black. Luckily, I'm very, very careful here, and he's late to the H file, which is covered. E4, and another knight takes its place. I mean, maybe I don't need to play E4. You could play knight F5 first. I mean, there is this target on B7, but I don't seem to have anything really offensively here. Chess is fun, I agree. But it's awesome we had a raid from Chess with Chris, and to have so many people watch the stream. As I said earlier, actually, why I've got a really messed up Twitch. It's telling me I have eight viewers, but I don't think that's quite correct. We have to have more than 8 viewers. We just had a raiding party of 34. Party of 34. I think I need to update my Twitch stream page. We have 80 viewers. Oh, that's why it said 8. It was like an incomplete 80. So AP87 just went postal and sacked a rook. P-word, I do puzzles. I think that puzzles are good, but puzzles, you know, aren't like a, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for here? Not enough vocabulary work lately. The word is not coming to me. I don't have to take your knight. Your stupid knight. I don't want it. King takes h2, queen check, king g2, rook h8, helpmate. It's a hope mate. It's not a helpmate. It's a hope mate. Like literally hope mate. I don't believe in this, but maybe it's suicide. Let's just play it safe. I don't want your knight, alright? I don't want no stinking knight. I'll just take, you know, this position where I'm just better. Probably I should have taken the stupid knight. It's a lot of material. It's a whole knight. Alright. I was lazy. What's a better method? Okay, I'm old school, man, and there's no substitute. This is a very bad move, though. Black has to go back to g4. So he's helping for hope mate again. I don't believe this can possibly work. We run away toward the center. Yeah, alright. Well, f4 is probably not a good idea. Hope mate. It's a new term. Alright, the hope mate. The hope mate just keeps coming. That's it, though. The end of hope mate. But as I said, I mean, I'm not just saying nice things about people because they're subscribing to the stream. AP87, you know, he learned chess in a unique way, and he's got a lot of talent, but he needs to mitigate, you know, his weaknesses. He's a little too one-dimensional with trying to force this mating attacks constantly every single game. I mean, it's just not the way the chess works. Alright, still, it's like taxing to play when the guy's only focuses on your king every single moment. The only focus is against the king, and it's tiring. And sometimes he's going to beat some strong players with a style like this. I'm getting tired out, and honestly, this is irritating to constantly face threats against my king every single freaking move. Alright. So everyone learns differently. I mean, I have a big library of chess books, and I did study most of them, at least a little bit. I'm kind of early computer generation, so we had software too. I never had a chess coach until I was already, you know, anybody as far as formally teaching, until some informal lessons with Gingy when I was a FIDE master, but I always learned, you know, from the school of hard knocks, just learning from every strong player that I played, and learning the hard way, so to speak. And a lot of books. I think that a lot of people, younger people, don't really appreciate the value of chess books because we're becoming focused on other kinds of media. But I think with chess, physical books still have massive value. Look at this move that he plays. I mean, that move, like, it's the only move that keeps hope alive. Only move. He could theoretically mate me. Just brutal. He's in first place, second place, third place in the tournament, despite being much, much lower rated than most of the field. Or at least not near the very top, let's say. You opened a book once. Never underestimate the opponent, move 11. He's got another check. See? It just keeps coming. He's running out of check now. Queen h6 is like mate. Man, that's ridiculous. And fast too. This is brutal. And will not give up. He's in first place. Or was when the game started. 1729? Damn. He's 1400 in bullet. Please leave me alone. I'm begging you to leave me alone. Just finish the game already, please. I build like a fortress. He should just give it up now. Bob intentionally lowers his rating to frustrate. Frustrate? Alright, now it's time. The time has come for the end of the road. I'm still playing the guy, man. It's unbelievable. He would not give up. But it's bad for both of us not to resign in a timely fashion. Uber drivers here. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream. CJ the Quick donated 1 bit. And acerbated. Alright, acerbated. Frustrate. He was acerbated. Frustrated. Someone on sound has to play again with the highest rated dude in the tournament. Man. I'm sorry for being a spelling Nazi. That's just immature of me. My spelling's awful. At least like when it comes to typing stuff. I'm always typing in crazy stuff. D4, C takes D4. C3. Here we go. The Mora Gambit. I hate when people do that, actually. They're like correcting your minor typo in a chess stream. And then I do that myself. I would get kind of irritated with someone not doing that to me. Alright. D6. It's immature when you're in your 50s. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I find out, man. I got another decade yet. Bishop C4. Theories. Another fake news theory. Bob, maybe Bob was the one who propagated the fake age theory. Alright, A6. We gotta bring our knight out. Basking in the glow. Alright, we had this once before with someone on sound. I looked it up not that long ago, this exact position. I think post the last game with someone on sound in an old book I have, Beating the Anti-Sicilians by Joe Gallagher from like 20 years ago. It's an ancient book by chess opening theory standards. But I mean, the Borer Gambit, you know, doesn't change a lot. So I actually looked up h3, and I think, I mean, Gallagher must have recommended e6. I don't know what else there is. Nils, if you start donating, maybe we can let you get away with some crazy comments, like the last time when I had to ban you. But you know, no donations this stream. We'll just have to we'll have to tie you down. We'll have to time you out. All right, Rook D1. Queen C7, awkward. Need to be a little more restrained. Let's make a note to wish me a happy 47th birthday. No way. If you make a donation to my campaign, then maybe... Which campaign is that? I missed streams. What am I doing here? 95? I've seen these tactics occasionally with like knight to b5 or something around here, but I doubt that's sound. Donating to pay for my coffin. That's nice. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about that, man. I'm good to go. I got some senior world championships ahead of me, and once I qualify, I'm going to get the GM title. Bishop b3. Alright, let's just get out of here. We might have had like the exact same game with someone on sound a month ago. I can't remember. One of these games, he's not timed out yet. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's uncouth and rude, but I can't really time you out for that. You know, that's kind of like making fun of my hairstyle or something minor. A joke in good humor. Queen b8, but let's try to be positive and not talk about the fake age propagation. Queen b8 getting off the c line. Damn, Nils. Nils is just angry because he only had 3 viewers in his chess stream. Sorry, Nils, I would have been the 4th if I had known you were streaming. Alright, Queen b8. How many viewers do we have now? 8? We had 8. Now we have 66. Satanic number of chess viewers. Where did my... Oh, no, I lost something. What did I do? Alright, we lost our stream page. We need 666 viewers. Asterbait donated 300. Jim just donated 300, man. They felt guilty because I said that Nils should donate. Nils is a bit tipsy. Well, donate a beer to the stream at least. Send me a... Bob will give you my address, and then you can send me a Heineken in the mail. Alright, knight to d2. Knight d2 is really... It's really passive, actually. I guess he's just trying to avoid exchanging pieces here. Negro Modelo in first place. Padye. Pide. I don't know. I think it's like a... I keep thinking like Padye is like a... You know, I'm thinking, why is this reference to Padye? There was a really good poker player from the Netherlands who was like a... I'm thinking like it's a poker player from the Netherlands on Stockfish, on Poker Stars, who I used to face fairly often in tournaments. Now that I think about it, it's like somewhere in my subconscious, and I keep thinking this Pide, but this guy's not. He's actually from Bosnia. It's Pide. I'm thinking of Padje. Padya, which is different. Okay, bishop h2. That's the move I was kind of waiting for earlier. And that's why he played knight d2, it looks like. He's a tricky way of trying to set up. F4. They always want to play f4, but they don't have any other plan. They being the more gambit guys. Man, I'm taking up a lot of time here. My home is beautiful. Alright, that's enough of that. Bishop h2. Knight c6. This move feels wrong. My knight is strongly situated on e5. We've only seen 2 rooms of his in his life. Just like only seen 2 rooms of my house. I'm one of those like reality life streamers or something. I'll take you through the whole house. Reality life YouTube streamer. With all the money I'm making from streaming, I'm gonna buy a new house. All right, Queen A7. Focusing on D4. It's a very deep combination. Giving the pawn back for absolutely nothing. Right. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I was looking for vlogging. That's the word that I was really trying. You know, travel vlogging is what I really want to do. So here we go, kids. I calculated a 10-move combination. Wins a pawn by force. John Fedorovich was always like, "Hey man, you just like give him the Mora pawn back, and you know, and then you just like win the end game." It's a really bad John Fedorovich imitation, but the best I can do. So we got this, my longest combination calculation ever. No, I'm just kidding. What is that? It's not bad. It's like 5 or 6 moves, but it's really easy to calculate this because it's just all simple 1-move combinations, a series of 1-move tactics, basically. I got lucky and got my pawn back, my extra pawn. I think someone on is quite good though for his rating level. Now I can trap the rook. Move 11 remembers my John Fedorovich. Think about all you got. There's some song, but actually I was texting Fed about something a few days ago. We were joking about the time he almost killed me over Budweiser. It's like he still remembers that too. All right, I was trying to trap this rook here, but it's not happening. So, and someone on sound just keeps making moves like the Energizer Bunny, and I'm getting a little bit concerned that is going to be an issue. No tactics, please. I don't drink Budweiser. I was desperate. Like, Czech Budweiser is excellent, but American Budweiser? I couldn't imagine that someone would want to kill another person over an American Budweiser. Like, that never entered my mind that could even happen, you know? I mean, I know that people have been murdered for like their sneakers and stuff. But an American Budweiser? I mean, that's really going too far. Sneakers are one thing. But, alright. The game that lasted too long. It was against Artashes Manassian. And Manassian. And at the time, Manassian was, you know, over 2,600. Or he was close to 2,600. He was a really, really strong Grandmaster who was kind of in his prime back then. So it was a really good win for Fed. And I thought he would be happy that he beat this great player. So it would like compensate for the fact that I took one of his beers. But it was actually, in fact, the opposite effect. So he was even more angry because he had to work so hard he needed the beer even more. This was apparently the story. Summon on Sound is somewhat good technically. Have you ever been to a Philadelphia Eagles home game? Actually, I have. They'll do anything to each other, even if their team wins. Yep. I have to admit that I have been to a Philadelphia Eagles home game, surprisingly. It's been a long time, though. Detected Philly accent. I might have a very, very, very little sprinkling of that accent, like, still in me. Alright, man, this guy is driving me nuts, basically. This is kind of a weird move to play. Yeah, Philly accents are a little hard for people who don't know the area to detect. But I've lived all over the place. Near Philly, Boston, Budapest for the best part of the last 15 years. You kind of, you know, develop a universal accent. Towel emote. What are you talking about with the towel emote? The Quang Liam? Towel? Oh, say towel. Towel. Quang Liam always like carries a little towel with him and like puts it down at the board, in front of the board, like one of those special I don't know what you call it, ergonomic pads, so you don't, you know, get carpal tunnel syndrome or something. Man. Tail. No, I don't have a bad. I mean, you could probably detect slight evidence of Philadelphia in my past, but dude's driving me nuts here. I mean, dude, you're literally driving me nuts. Someone on Sound. He's 1800. What? How is this guy 1800? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is like playing 1800. My butt. He's 1800. He's way too good for 1800, and he's fast too. I'm not giving you a draw yet. I thought I would like be offering a draw here, or other regulars. What am I gonna do? Centralize. The secret is centralization. Come on, man. He's a gambitier. What did I just do to myself? Just had a hallucination. Very strange hallucination. Alright, what's going on now? Man, this would be the dumbest move of all time, what I was just trying to play there. Wow. I was trying to like play for the loss, basically. Alright. I'm just offering a draw here. I'm a tiny bit worse, but it's still a draw. Alright, good game, man. Great game. Great technique. Back to the tournament. Great technique. Nice job. For someone on sound, did a great job there. I had a serious hallucination when I played Rook C8. It was really weird. I thought somehow we were trading queen. This is really bizarre, but it's like in my mind his queen was in front of his rook, and we were trading queens into a rook endgame, and I was playing Rook C3, and I was slightly better in the rook endgame, but in reality he's taking with a rook on D5. Anyways, it was a really good struggle, and he deserves to hold that. You know, he played super well and super fast. Alright, AP again. So I just keep playing the same players like multiple games. It's weird how that works out. And yet I haven't played Negro Modelo, who's the leader. Yeah, okay. What did we criticize Nefedov? We're not criticizing you. I'm complimenting you on your skill at offering draws. Probably the strongest draw offerer that we have next to me. Your ability to offer draws is unparalleled, Nefedov. What should I say, man? I mean, you're excellent. Nefedov just made me apologize. But you guys are talking about Sarawak. I don't know. I missed the context of the conversation there. So this is like the weird opening that I think AP actually beat me with. I hung a knight. I don't know. It's really odd because this position, right? If he plays C6, he would threaten Queen A5 check. And ironically, that's the way he beat me. This game you guys see back here in the middle, I lost a knight in the center of the board to C6 Queen A5 check in the same type of opening. I can't believe he doesn't go for that again, because it just would make perfect sense, you know. You did it once, why not do it twice? And it's something I'd be more likely to miss in blitz. So he's basically made up a really weird opening here. He knows I'll notice it. Well, I mean, maybe that's the classic logic, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Maybe he was right. So, but it reminds me of the story that I tell sometimes about a blitz tournament where I was playing my friend, who's a really strong blitz player. We were basically playing live blitz, a long live blitz tournament where there were like 10 or 12 games, and we're the two biggest favorites, so it was always a big clash when we played each other. And in this particular game, we're still really good friends though, and it wasn't like for big money, it was for fun. And in this one particular game, something ridiculous happened. Like, basically 1 minute into the game, I guess I left a piece hanging, you know, and he didn't see it. It just moved instantly, and I was just like, look, he could have taken my knight and you didn't see it, you know. And he was like, what? So we were laughing, you know, both of us were laughing. It's not normal to talk during a game, but in a blitz tournament amongst friends, it's kind of more fun. So, you know, it's not that ridiculous. You don't normally talk during the game, but in more informal situation like that, it's possible. So I was like, I said, look, my knight's hanging. You didn't see it, you idiot, you know. And then, like, I got so distracted and we were having so much fun laughing that I literally hung it the next move. Like, I did it again. That was really absurd situation. I dropped it again. The same tactic on the next move after literally like making fun of him for not seeing it. There was like a good 45 seconds, probably why we were just chuckling, you know, and laughing. Masturbate says no more abuse. This is an extremely well thought out move. I mean, King H8, Knight G5 was in the air, and he finds that. I mean, come on. To give him the defense of Bishop G8, man, that's really... Do I have another tactic, though? Just Knight takes D5. He'll have to take with the Queen and then Knight G5. So he actually misses this element of it. Ouch. I don't think he has a defense to that. He does have Bishop F5. Are you kidding me? No, Bishop F5 E4 is just resigns. I mean, his tactics against F2. I don't think it's going to materialize. His Nunes is sneaking up, and Ayesta too. Those guys are good, and they've been flying under the radar in this tournament. Prophylaxis is huge, but again, AP@7 is a player who plays for mate constantly, all in, playing for mate, direct attack against the king. And so I was surprised to see this like blatantly prophylactic move from him there with King H8, but he's actually, yeah, now he's just toast. Down a piece. Down a piece. Okay, Queen takes 7. Now we just double fianchetto and take things. Bishop B2. Community service message. Anonymous says, I want to play... It's not fair. You played me already, didn't you? Anonymous, we didn't play today? Guys, I just want to remind everyone that we're going to be doing a simul tomorrow. And I'm going to be hosting it at 12 o'clock noon. Our Wednesday stream. I don't think it's like correct for them to leave messages. I don't want community messages on my landline. So you can take the message and keep it. It's very irritating. All right, that's like Donald Trump starting to send campaign messages on the mobile telephone or something. All right, and then it's like a 30-minute message on your telephone. This is ridiculous. All right, H4. Wednesday simul tomorrow, 12 noon. Don't forget. But AP87 needs to resign. We're wasting time, man. It's an arena. You're down a piece, and you're actually in pretty good shape. Well, you were. You're down in 9th now, but hopeless positions, man. In this sort of time situation, you need to resign. This is just hurting us both for our standing in the tournament. I mean, you're never gonna draw a game in an end game against the master down a piece. Maybe not never, but clear piece down with so many pawns on the board. This is absolutely. There was a time that I stalemated someone with the 5 queens a couple weeks ago, but I was messing around. I mean, this is a tournament. I'm not gonna do anything stupid like that. Good job resigning. So back to tournament. Make it easier for us to both rack up points. if you resign. In any kind of other tournament format, I wouldn't pressure people to resign, but I think that here, because of the arena format, it's just absolutely, hurts both players when someone plays on totally lost positions. We need to kind of rack up the wins. Losses don't matter. Like, you just lose the game and move on. I mean, we don't have too many berserkers here today, though, because the 7+3 time control doesn't really lend itself to berserking. This is our justification for playing on that 5-queen game. Yeah, that was bad. I didn't see the stalemate. Those 5 queens really sneak up on you when you're creating like stalemate possibilities. It's awkward. That was definitely embarrassing. Asterbate, join now. Asterbate, join now. You could play me. Negro Modelo. He's played tons of games. I've only played 5. Again, I have really long games. Hypnosis has played 8. I've only played 5 games. I like the least games of anyone in the top 10. So Gladys Troll thinks with an increment you should berserk every game in arena format. I don't know. Is that really a good idea to lose your increment? I don't think that's the way it works. Chestrake says, occasionally I've bullied folks for not resigning. Well, I mean, dude, that's why I created 5 queens against the guy to kind of troll him. I mean, but there are situations where it's the player's basic right to be able to play on. I mean, definitely I've seen people try to bully their opponents into resigning sort of subtly in situations where it's not that clear the other guy's lost. I mean, you can't just be like up a pawn or two and expect the guy to resign. I'm better here, just resign. You see people who act like that. I mean, that's ridiculous. If you're just up a clear piece for nothing. I always tell my story about how I resigned against Kamsky when I lost a pawn. And everyone was shocked, The truth is that I wanted to go play poker, but honestly, if it had been anybody else but Kamsky, I would have played it out. But because he so loves to play like 8-hour games when he's up a pawn and stuff, I mean, he's literally like the most unlikely player to screw up like a pawn up kind of endgame or something of anyone you could think of. I mean, I thought this is the worst possible situation to have against the Kamsky, A little bit of like an unclear position or something like that. But like a kind of clear position where you're down a pawn and have no compensation. So what's this? B3 on the 3rd move against knight c6. That's kind of awkward for me to handle. I don't think it's like typically played though against knight c6. You see it a lot against e6, particularly, but not against. Makes you wonder. I think because of knight f6 is best. A few years ago, Mamedyarov dropped a rook straight up when he was up 2 pawns for nothing. What is the point of the story? Like, he didn't lose? There was a famous instance of Larry Christensen doing that when I was young, except it was a queen getting trapped in the middle of the board. Well, I never had. Now we're talking about poker. Blaze of Glory is going for poker questions. I never played with a big bankroll because never really needed it. And I always bankrolled myself. But I never played much cash. I always played tournaments and stuff. But nothing huge. Mid-stakes tournaments. I would typically never, you know, let's say, if we're talking about poker bankrolls, I would never like probably need more than $1,000 a night or something like that. Bishop b2. Interesting line. I guess I play e5 and try to kill his break with e4. He can't really do like a king's gambit type of thing, so e5 makes some sense here. But I'm not going to go into like specifics of my poker bankroll. I don't have any poker bankroll anymore. I mean, we'd be talking a long time ago. I basically stopped playing poker online, and I can't be a live poker pro since I don't have, you know, enough bankroll for that. You need a really big bankroll. If you're going to play in live tournaments, it better be big ones. So I basically quit playing, except for like cash with friends, or maybe like the occasional, let's say, lately I haven't played at all though, like live, occasional live tournament or weekly cash games with friends. Yeah, I would need a large bankroll to be motivated to continue. But I don't think I trust online poker so much, so I prefer to play live. Rookie 1 though. Back to the chess tournament here. 34 minutes left. I'm in second place. Negro Modelo I have not gotten paired with once, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know what to do. Artie Fufkin. What's up, guys? Thank you for subscribing and just hanging out with us today. We're gonna be like doing a simul tomorrow for my Wednesday stream instead of, because Sunday's simul got canceled for an emergency. To kind of compensate for that, I'm gonna do a simul tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. I know that's not optimal for maybe everybody in the United States, but at least for the European players, it might be interesting. We'll do like 20, 21, maybe maximum 22 players. Kind of a quicker 30 simul, lasting up to 2.5 hours, I think. So Drummer 0, I don't know too much about this player actually. I hate when I have no information. Speaking of poker, we've got to play this opponent with no read on them at all. And I'm also in a kind of unusual line that I don't typically find myself. I don't know the black side of the Lopez that well. This feels like I'm playing the Lopez. Do you think online is rigged or just tough? I really don't know. You know, I think the likelihood it's a combination of both. I don't think it was always rigged, and I don't think that it's impossible that, you know, it wasn't sometimes even rigged in my favor, you know. But I have no way of knowing. I mean, there's just too many questions, you know, it's just too many questions about it. I mean, a lot of my results were almost like statistically impossible for a while, so I have my doubts, but I can't, you know, I'm not going to get into these discussions about if online poker is rigged, you know. It's really impossible to know. I think it's highly likely that it is, or when a buzzer is rigged. But anyway, like the poker boom is dead, and the games are a lot tougher now, you know. So I think I certainly lost most of my motivation to play. Even if I had a bankroll, I'm not sure I would go back to doing poker full time. It's really hard work. It's very stressful. I think that it's the golden era of online poker is gone. 92, we're gonna Fianchetto, turn it into the Roy Lopez. My theory about online poker was, yeah, I mean, there's possibility of fake players and stuff like that, but I think that my feeling was that like the likelihood was that people who generate a lot of rake would be favored to do better than players who didn't generate a lot of rake for sites. But there's it's a very, very difficult thing to ever prove something like that. You know, you just get a feel for it. You played the volume that I did. Anyway, most of our chess players have no clue what I'm talking about. So, White's playing kind of passively here. Bishop c1, I mean, knight e2. He could get overrun slowly. Bishop g5 is almost like trying to induce me to weaken my king's side, which is not an unusual idea. He's quick, and I don't know much about this player, as I said. I played him 3 times. This really looks dubious for White, though. I mean, literally inducing f5. My rook's on the wrong square. If I'm going to be playing f5, I'd rather have it on f8, you know, to support this. Surprised by how popular poker became among top chess players. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, at this stage, it's like really, really late to get on the bandwagon. You know, you're years late. It was late when I started, you know, and I think now it's just like totally absurd, almost absurdly late to get on any poker bandwagons. But if you like the game, I mean, it's still possible. But I think it's not surprising. I mean, poker is a strategy game. It's not like casino gambling. People don't understand that, you know. It's not like you're playing blackjack or roulette or something. Average people think that poker is just a casino gambling game. It's actually a very complex strategic game, and I think that chess players are naturally, and myself were naturally attracted to that, you know. The chess heyday now. I don't think there's ever going to be a chess heyday. Maybe during the Fischer era. But unfortunately during the Fischer era, I mean, you know, man, if there was like a Fischer era now with internet and multimedia, it would be awesome. But now it is late. It's another one of my jokes that I tell sometimes. There's this guy, a friend of mine, who offered to draw this old man who was like much lower rated, and sorry, the old man offered him a draw first with a really weird voice. He was like, "Draw," and my friend was like, "No," and then later the old man was like sitting there, and my friend offered him a draw, and he was like, "It is late," and he went on to win. He was right. It was late. Knight f6. But in the day, of the day, it's gambling. Well, I mean, everything's gambling. Well, crossing the street is gambling. You know, getting in your car and driving is gambling. The stock market is definitely gambling. It's all relative, right? Everything's relative. It's a question of how much strategy is involved in crossing the street versus poker. Probably not too much. I don't know about this move. This guy plays a weird style. It feels like he's hanging back and he's like waiting for me to do something and then pounce on me when I make a mistake. But I don't like the way he's playing. Which one is more addictive? I mean, both chess and poker are massively addictive, I think, for me. Hard to say, you know. Hard to say. I never got into backgammon, surprisingly. Another game that's very, very popular with chess/poker players. I was around some good backgammon players, but I just never quite got hooked on that game the way I did with chess and with poker. Surprisingly, I'm probably like 1050 in backgammon, just due to lack of theoretical knowledge. Blaze of Glory is talking about a Pod Limit Omaha cash game. It's a lot of money. It's like $15,000 at least. I never played cash for high stakes, and you know, you need a massive bankroll for that. But I mean, it's a different game. You know, personally, I was never attracted to cash because as a chess player, as a tournament chess player, the dynamics of playing like a tournament style competition, the difference in, for me, like the changing blind levels and everything, I always felt like cash was kind of boring. There felt like there were more dynamics in tournaments and sit and goes. So from the strategic, you know, or from the competitive side, I was never really drawn to playing cash Blaze of Glory. I always felt like you know, cash was kind of boring. But yeah, that's insane. So it's just an insane situation. I don't know, you know, if online poker's, I had the feeling that it was rigged, but I won a lot of money overall. So it's kind of strange to claim that, but I went through periods where the results were just really, really weird and difficult to statistically kind of support. So 92, yeah, we're just going to go for the king side space here. He's getting some counterplay on the queen side. This has been a weird game. Playing for a living in poker, well, as long as you have the money, you know, the money to support it, you know, you're not like spending your, it's a job like anything else. You're not spending your rent check on, you know, on playing poker. You're doing it, you know, with a sensible system. It's totally viable, but you got to have enough financial backing. How did you get turned on to chess? Were you a prodigy in something else? No, I mean, chess was something with me that, you know, I started when I was like 11. It started fairly late by child prodigy standards. I mean, I mean, the age that I started, most of the top kids were, you know, much younger. I was a late starter. I would consider myself a late starter in chess, basically. I mean, 11 is like ancient, even by the standards when I was young. And I improved like very gradually. But chess is really addictive, as all of you know. But I basically quit chess to play poker for like 8+ years, and it just well, I think my love for chess is a little bit deeper. This is an interesting move. He plays this take here, which I totally didn't expect. Now changing the game, trying to turn it into a King's Indian. I mean, Drummer Zero is like a really defensive style player. I'm doing like a King's Indian maneuver, Bishop F8, and then crossover with these pieces. Black space advantage here, just very relevant. I mean, the pawn on F4, totally cramping him. But I could see how this guy's 2000. I mean, he basically plays really, really solidly. But that only goes so far against extremely strong opponents. B4. Alright, so B4. What do we do? G4, man. I mean, I should have probably played G4 already. If he plays King G2, it's Bishop takes H3. I think he's just lost here. He actually doesn't have any threats. But I need a follow-up, though. I mean, G4. There's no actual follow-up to this move. I mean, my rook's going to come to the G file. I mean, I guess that's pretty convincing, actually. It's really, really nasty. Rook G7. Wow, he didn't even like think about this move. I'm not hanging any pieces. I probably missed like 100 wins in this game, but whatever. This point we're playing, you know, for time. He lost his queen. That's a really, really weird defensive style Drummer has. It's kind of alien and difficult to deal with. I could see how he's successful, especially, I mean, especially in playing super fast time control. Like 1-0 would be a nightmare to have to play against a guy who basically, you know, erects like a very, very solid solid formation and just moves really fast. Yeah, I mean, Blaze of Glory. Yeah, I mean, chess is, well, chess is stressful too. Like, I think that becoming a professional chess player, much like being a professional poker player, is probably not necessarily worth it to most people. But as far as chess goes, I mean, you can play chess for fun. So Fuzzy Logic, this guy again. What's the deal with Fuzzy Logic? Did I? I'm 4-1 against him. Did he win another one of these tournaments before? He's got like a perfect score. Wow. Hisid Nuns, we know. He's done really well in these tournaments. I've been talking all the time, so I haven't played enough games. I should have been berserking, but I've been too busy telling stories anyway. I don't care. It's just for fun. I'm used to streaming. I haven't streamed in 2 days, and I kind of missed it, and I just enjoy. I've been enjoying, you know, talking and telling Kevin Spacey jokes. No, I'm not going to repeat my Kevin Spacey joke. You'll just have to. You'll just have to watch the stream. What can I say? Just politically incorrect. P Ward says, do you play any video games? I mean, I've always liked video games since I was a kid. But I have no illusions about becoming a video gamer. Video game streamer. Knight C3 D6. Alright, Uber driver. I thought this was Merle. We've got donations from Astrobait for 302 bits today. I think 300 today, Astrobait. Jim as well. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. You can also support the stream with a donation. Okay, we've got Bishop C4. I haven't seen too many Sozin attacks lately. It will lose its magic if you repeat it. No, I can't ever repeat it. Super Nintendo. We had a Super Nintendo in college. Queen C7. We used to play Street Fighter, wasn't that it? I made a Street Fighter reference a while back. Was it Mortal Kombat? And then I get them confused. So what are we doing here? We're castling kingside. My lookalike Jack Black started a YouTube channel and he's playing video games. From acting to playing video games. I think Jack Black is heftier than me by a significant amount. Although he might have lost weight. Hopefully I'm not considered hefty by most. Okay, castles, F4. I have been here before. Street Fighter, Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario World. All good stuff. Donkey Kong, man. We had Donkey Kong on another console when I was a little kid. That was old school, man. I remember when Atari came out. I mean, I'm so old that I remember when Pong was played. Do you guys know what Pong is? It was just like this table tennis by bouncing the ball back and forth. I remember being like a little kid and and like somewhere at a babysitter's house, my babysitter's kids were like playing with this, like that first video game console that came out. Like I was probably like 4 years old, or 3 or 4 years old, maybe a little, like 4 or 5, whatever. I remember that. Yeah, the bouncing table tennis. Later it would be, they would have that. It's kind of like breakout or whatever they call it, but it was like an earlier version of, like, literally one of the first video games that ever was made for public release. Okay, Atari was, I never had an Atari, but it was cool. My best friends across the street had Atari. We used to play. Atari rocked. Space Invaders and what's my favorite Atari game? Probably Space Invaders. Alright, so we've been here before. What's up, Lou Barlow? The Commodore 64. Oh my god. I didn't know anyone had a Commodore 64. I don't think. But I used to remember watching the commercials on TV. What is this, like mainline theory Sozin Uber driver with A3? We're following like some Fisher game from the late 60s. It's like Fisher. Wait, wasn't there a game where he like lost to Leonid Stein or Tal or somebody? So A5, knight takes B5. It's too late for that. Transferal of queen to the other side. He wants to do this type of stuff. You guys are distracting me. I was always jealous of the other kids that I didn't have an Atari system. Alright, Bishop C6. I'm trying to think about my other favorite Atari games, though. There had to be something else. Okay, I mean, Pac-Man was like the best. Right, that was like everybody's favorite Atari game. You know, Missile Command. I'm really 39. Merle, what is up with Merle? Uber driver here. Whoops, I'm sorry, dude. I just clicked on his account. Good thing I didn't, like, leave the screen there. This dude is scaring me now. I'm terrified. Terraforming. Okay, Pong was Atari, but there was something like a precursor to Pong, you know, that wasn't Atari, that I don't remember what it was called. I mean, maybe a Pong came out on Atari, but Pitfall was an awesome game. PlayStation, that's ancient. I mean, that's relatively modern compared to Atari, right? CalicoVision. Right, Mr. Coffee's getting in on it. Mr. Coffee's got something. ColecoVision. No, it's ColecoVision. I mean, Coleco would make like arcade games, like commercially available arcade games, right? So, all right, Mr. Coffee getting in on the act. What are we doing here? Uber driver's playing like Robert J. Basically perfect. I also play the Sozin with white. Not so much playing e4 lately. Alright, guys. Video game nostalgia hour is over. That's why we have no girls in the chat, man. Alright. We're just nerds here, talking about chess and video games. F5, E5. My idea was to play A5. Actually, what about A5? Let's just stop talking and start acting. Well, this was the idea before. Blaze Winterborn is a girl. Girls like video games too. But in those days, none of the girls like video games. These are like old school games. Before girls started getting into gaming. B4. Alright. Blaze Winterborn. Got 2 blazes in the house. What's up with that? Blaze of Glory and Blaze Winterborn. Liked it enough to play my Commodore 64. Okay, bishop takes f6. So I was wrong. Being sexist again. Does he have knight f6 tactics and a mating attack here? I thought I had this figured out, but dude has managed to make my life a living hell now with knight to d5. I thought I had bishop b5, but he has bishop c4. Everything works for white? That's kind of disturbing. Now what am I going to do? Oh my god, I miscalculated. Uber driver sees everything. Bishop d8. F6. There's no allowing f6 here. I'm in serious danger. And there's no tactical tricks or ways out of this. Uber driver's basically played perfectly. Sega Mega Drive and original Game Boy. That's modern. Someone should stream Atari 2600. I wanted to do a stream where I played like the original Chess Master 2100 on an Apple, like an old Apple computer, to see how I would do, because I know I have no chance. I know I have no chance against any sort of modern engines. So let's see how I do against computers from the late 80s, let's say. Man, who is this guy? Uber driver. Atari have a chess program. I don't know. I should do that. I want to play the Chess Master 2100 retro chess stream. Mr. Coffee's on board. He'll contribute some bits to see that happen. Guys, I'm going to do a simul tomorrow. Whoa. Yeah, but now I can like stay alive. Before I was like dead. I wouldn't want to be playing like Nick DeFermi in here or something, but probably Uber driver will let me the other Merle will let me survive. Trading queens looks kind of thankless, though maybe it wasn't so bad because I could have played queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, rook c8. In retrospect, bearing down on c2 might have been alright. Not that I'm like playing for a win here. I would instantly accept a draw. I'm going to offer a draw, actually. You never know. I mean, if you ask, they might agree to a draw. Hisenus wins the tournament with 7 minutes. Well, he's 7 minutes left. I'm in 4th place. I wanted to get in the top 3. I'm going to have to do it quickly. Come on, Fuzzy Logic. You should berserk too. Fuzzy Logic is Merle too. He's got 2 accounts in the event. Where's Merle's other account? Who's agreeing to a draw in a better position? I was worse. You're talking about my opponent? Well, I mean, rating compensates, so. I don't know the deal with Fuzzy Logic. I have 2 draws. I think it's one of Merle's accounts, kind of like Uber Driver. I don't know how many he has now. Fuzzy Logic's also, well, everybody plays the London system, but he's also playing like that other account that played me recently. Of course, everybody knows this line. You don't want to be playing Kamsky here. But I mean, this is Uber Driver and Merle and Fuzzy Logic. They're all the same person. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I can suspect things. Get the Atari flashback? I never had an Atari. He's just trading pieces. Offering a draw. Alright. At least we played like 16 moves. Back to tournament. I got more points. Let's get another game. One more game. I need one more point. I need one more point to catch Negro Modelo. Come on. Wait, where's the time? 5 minutes left in the tournament. I'll take the draw if I get the game done in time. I'll take a draw with anybody at this point. I just want to get one more point. There's so many Merles. It might be Merle. Everybody might be Merle. Uber driver, I suspect, is Merle. We suspected that. Actually, Merle hasn't been in the chat today. He usually donates to support the stream when he's here. Blaze Winterborn, come on 3rd place for 100 bits. Actually, I think there was another. I said there was no girls watching the stream, but Anita's here too. What's up, Anita? Kind of lurking. All right, 4 minutes left. I need a draw. Come on, give me a draw. I need like yes. Yes. We need a draw. Come on. Just to catch up to Negro Modelo. Look at him with all those. What are those 1-point wins? Drake. Alright, we gotta play, but we can't fix the game, man. We can't fix the game. This is not an arranged draw. I didn't berserk, but that doesn't matter. Alright. This is not an arranged draw. Amy's watching. I've got no news from Amy in a long time. It's just not right. This game, I mean, I might not be able to finish this in time. I meant to berserk, but I forgot. Now I've got to just beat him in five moves or something. There was a time, where's Nefedov? Nefedov, are you playing? There was a time when Nefedov offered a draw after like 6 moves, and I accepted, but it didn't help him, because you have to play like so many moves for the game to count. Drake's got a couple draws in Simul against me. Drake's not really playing for a prize here. He's going to be a spoiler. Nils is watching. Oh, Amy is watching. I'm crazy. I just read that. Alright. Anyway, I'm distracted. We got 3 minutes left. It's a solid closed position in the King's Indian. There's no way I'm going to beat him in time. By that time, Negro Modelo will probably... He'll probably score anyway. Nefedov's in a bad mood today. We're not criticizing you, Nefedov. We're just laughing with you. I'm not laughing at you, and we're certainly not criticizing you. We all love Nefedov. Basically a bad Benoni with the knight blocked in on d7. You're cheating on me watching who? Chess Bay. Chess bra. Focus. But he's gonna like just kill me, man, on time. I got no time. I ain't got no time. I clicked to draw. He declined without even thinking about it. It's immoral. It's against his moral fiber to offer a draw. He offered a draw. He offered a draw. And I played too fast. We have time left. Is there some rule now I can't offer a draw? There's some rule I can't offer a draw. But for how many moves does that take place? There's 1 minute and 24 left. So once you offer a draw, like you're not allowed to offer a draw. We had this discussion with Zen Chess for a while, and Zen Chess thought it was... No, it was Infinite Flash. Sorry. Didn't we have this discussion where you thought it was a bug? But I don't think it's a bug. I think it's a rule that you're not allowed... I don't think... Yeah. I don't think it's allowed to offer a draw for like a certain number of moves. We weren't sure if it's actually programmed in or you thought it was a bug. You didn't see the draw for I the same thing for me. Just move, man. Just move. Hurry. Got to catch up. Just offer a draw if you can, if you want to draw. But I don't know how many moves like punishment is on here. Let me refresh the page. Can't refresh the page. Refresh the page. The draw offer's back. The draw offer's back. Alright. Offer a draw on my time. Come on, you gotta see the draw offer here. I tried. Dude, he didn't accept my second draw offer. He didn't see it. Anyway, oh man, I can't believe it, Drake. He didn't accept my draw offer. And I made some stupid moves in the process of just trying to move fast. Now I'm like spatially worse on the king side. And I feel like offering a draw anyway, but it's not going to matter. Negro Modelo is still locked up at least third place, and Baleful. Well, those two guys. Anonymous will end up ahead of me. He didn't see it. Yeah, because you didn't refresh your page or something, probably. You know, maybe Infinite Flash Chess is actually right. That's really weird. But I mean, isn't that a bug they would have gotten rid of? That's kind of weird. Oh, mommy. You are asking for trouble, dude, with e4. Let's see how many pieces I have lined up on that diagonal. Oh, this is sick. I have knight takes e4. Crushing blow. Knight takes e4, f takes e4, bishop takes e4. And you can't defend the diagonal. That's so sick. Yeah. Greedy space gain. Look at the knights there, like sitting ducks. I'm a tactical opportunist. Of course, the game doesn't matter. No more draws. I'm gonna win. You had your chance. Drake, he resigned. If only I was a little bit faster. Oh well. It's all good, you know. It's all fair. Hissidnuns wins the tournament, sneaking into first place. Thank you guys, Asterbait, Dim, Blaze Winterborn, for your support tonight. I should say, let's see who won. So Hissidnuns with a solid performance, 2100, 2110. I believe that's not the first time he's won this tournament. Fuzzy Logic was second. The mysterious Fuzzy Logic with the 2179 percentage, rating performance. And Negro Modelo, who we know is a solid player, he's 2100. He underperformed at 1989, but still managed to finish third. Looks like, what is that? He was undefeated. Now I have to refresh this page too. He had a lot of draws. He's the draw master. So Modelo's strategy is to like basically draw tons of games. That's interesting. That's an approach I've never seen before. I'm sure it existed. I just wasn't familiar with it. I'd be really good at that. This is what I should try to do. Just like draw everyone. The ultimate idea in a casual tournament where you're one of the highest rated players. Man, this could work for me, Negro Modelo. I think I'm going to try that next time. Nice podium. Thank you. This is an awesome podium. We've got Negro Modelo in third. Baleful just missed on tiebreak. I was fifth. Man, if only our last opponent had seen the draw for in time, I could have cheated my way to third place. But no, it wasn't to be. Uber driver, the solid Uber driver actually lost a couple games. Wow, he lost to Fuzzy Logic. Conspiracy theorists. And another guy that I'm not familiar with. And then Uber driver Ayesta, who's usually tough. He's been getting stronger. Drummer. And Icky. I don't know how you pronounce that, actually. Somewhat on Sound, who I was impressed with tonight. Very solid. Crazy gambit style with positional refinement. And then we had 49 players tonight, which was good. I was Mr. Coffee giving away free draws. Mr. Coffee, I'll never make it easy for you guys. unless I need that point at the end to finish third. But thanks everybody, guys and girls, for watching. Congratulations again. His ignorance. Good job. Fuzzy Logic, Negro Modelo. I have missed 2 streams due to personal reasons, and really, you know, I was just happy to kind of be hanging out and talking to everybody. So, you know, I think I paid a little more attention to chatting than playing tonight. But anyway, we had some good games, and I still managed to be undefeated, which was solid. Did I have any nervous moments? Not really. I mean, it looks like I was never in any trouble in any of the games. Kind of against Uber Driver. I felt like I was outplayed by Uber Driver. And when I offered a draw, I was slightly worse there. That's a torturous obstacle bishop position, which you don't really want to... Like I said, you don't want to be black against Nick DeFermian there, or Bobby Fischer, or something like that. It's possibly a draw, but unpleasant. Alright, guys. Anyway, JCS, thanks for being our moderator, as usual. Tomorrow, alright, we're going to just get this clear. I do a stream every Wednesday. Try to do it every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. But tomorrow, you know, I'm going to do a simul because we did miss our Sunday simul. So if you want to play, I'm probably going to be playing 22 players max. It's going to be 2.5 hours. Try to time it so it's 2.5 hours maximum run time for the simul. So the time control will be like 30 plus 30 and a little extra time for me. So if anybody can make it, I'm going to try to play as many of the subscribers as I can. And then the friends, you know, who are kind of regulars here, secondary selection, etc. So anyway, that's it. We were kind of happy to get back to streaming and see 49 players in the tournament tonight. And we had quite a few viewers, kept the stream active. And we had a raid from Chess with Chris. It was basically a fun stream, lots of good jokes. And lots of funny stories and new people hanging out with us and good talk about Blaze Winterborn. You don't necessarily have to be a subscriber to get to play in the simul. We usually have probably 60% subscribers, 30% friends of the stream, and even a couple new players. But tomorrow we'll see, because it's basically probably 22 players instead of my usual 25, which I try to play when I have a little bit more time. So tomorrow we're in a bit of time pressure. It's going to be 2.5 hours as opposed to 3 for the simul run time. We're going to try to do it like that. Uber Driver, thanks for subscribing. Say hi to Merle, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys hopefully for the rest of the week. I'm streaming every day except for Saturdays, whenever possible. So Wednesday and also Thursday night I have my subscriber stream. Alright guys, take care. Thanks for supporting the stream. Don't forget to donate and just, have fun. If you can't support the stream, just support it by hanging out with us and being a positive influence. Again, I hope to help everybody to get better at the game and kind of, have fun while we're here. Create a sense of community. Anyway, it was fun while it lasted. I've got other business to attend to. So we'll be back tomorrow at 12 noon simul time. All right, from the Chess Panda community. Goodbye guys. Have a great night and wish you all the best. Bye guys.